So here's a session that probably looks a lot like yours, where it's a bunch of takes and then the master take. And what you want to do to not have to upload all this stuff is make a session copy. So to do that, I'm just going to select all tracks and delete everything I don't need, which is all these other takes, and just have the master take. And in this case, I'm going to consolidate these just so it's a little more manageable, just because there's a lot of clips and edits and stuff, which is probably what your sessions look like too. Just as like an added precaution, even though this isn't in on to a click or anything, I'm just gonna start these at let's just say 49 minutes. Just a number that's like easy to remember in case things get a little screwy when you import stuff back into a master session. It's, you know, that if they send you just a consolidated audio file, it should line up with this time marker in the timeline. Or if somebody does something really silly and moves everything to 0 when they overdub, you're like, okay, well, the technical 0 for these consolidated files is 49 minutes. Again, you can pick the number from the session when you consolidate the stuff. It might be like after the count off, whatever. But 49 minutes is a good even number that is easy to remember. So I'm just going to highlight, excuse my mess. Well, I do this with one hand. Highlight the section of the area I want to consolidate. Consolidate these clips. And once this is done, you get some consolidated audio. And just to keep it clean, I'm just going to delete all these markers and just put one at the top. Again, just another thing, just another little marker. It's like, this is where this audio starts, 49 minutes, markers at 49 minutes. And then you're going to go to File, Save, Copy In. And as long as everyone's on Pro Tools 10 or higher, you want to do Session Format Latest. And then this should default to what the session is. And then you want to select for items to copy. You want to do audio files, but main playlist only. And that'll only copy the top layer instead of all the playlists that might be underneath these tracks. Which I know in some of your sessions from that record, there might be a lot. So items copy audio files, main playlist only, then hit OK. It's going to ask you where you want to save it. I'm just going to say desktop. And it's going to copy these audio files. And once it's done, I'm not going to save this because this is my master session. I don't want to, save what I did to my master session right here. So I'm going to hit close and don't save. And then I save this to desktop. Sorry, I'm ordering some parts. And then here is copy of Light of the Burning Sun. And it only has those top layer tracks. So when I open this, this is all that pops up. And there's nothing else, you know, there's no extra playlist. So, yeah, it's just, oh, shit, my camera wasn't even looking at what I'm showing you. But, yeah, just a really clean file. And I would just tell people, it's like, I know that this is like starting at 49 minutes in the session, but just work from it like that was 0 instead of dragging it all to 0 and working that way. Because if you make a new track, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to make a new track, and I'm going to throw her in the record, and obviously it's just silence, but so I recorded a new piece of audio. If I close this and go back to my master session, I'm just not saving that because it's not really important. Actually, it's probably not going to work because I didn't save it. But when you import session data, that was stupid of me. Well, since I'm already 6 minutes into this video, I'm not going to edit what I just did. So I'm gonna go back to my copy of, and let's say this is like Andrew. I'm gonna pretend I'm Andrew and I'm overdubbing a vocal, and I sang on the chorus and stop. Okay, I want to send this to you. Send this session back to you. He can either consolidate it and send it, and it'll line up at 49 minutes, or if he sends you, like if he has a lot of playlists and he wants someone else to decide what to choose from, when I close this, save it, and you go to import it into your master session, and you go to session data, I go to copy a lot of the Burning Sun. I find the Andrew track, and it lines up where it's supposed to be in this master session. So that's kind of how I would recommend to do it. Less chance of things getting out of whack and out of time. And like I said, just maybe make a reference and a marker of what the top of those consolidated times are in the timeline, just so if somebody just sends you one consolidated file, you can easily drop it in there and it'll line up. Hopefully that's helpful.